My name is Teta Isibo, and I'm the founder and owner of Inzuki Designs. So we're a local Rwandan brand. We specialize in jewelry, accessories, and interior decor. That's all locally made, using primarily local raw materials. And so our business model, basically, we design our products, and then we work with different cooperatives and local groups that use traditional craftsmanship skills to bring our designs to life. I started because it was something that I was passionate about and that I believed I was skilled at doing. So I just wanted to create something that young Rwandans and other people that love handmade products and all that could relate to and could love without it necessarily being traditional. We try to balance the traditional and the contemporary. There's a lot of crafts, so it's like souvenir kind of businesses. And then there's also the really high end, that mostly do exporting and that kind of stuff. So I think I'm like in the middle. And so I provide to a market of, a lot of young professionals and and Rwandans in the diaspora, and also Africans in the diaspora who are really interested in wearing homemade stuff and representing their countries and all that. But then most of the stuff on the market is they've kind of been doing the same thing for a long time. They haven't really evolved. So we try to blend and move up our styles and just give something different, So I think if somebody looked at an Inzuki product, they would know, oh, that's from Inzuki, So we've kind of tried to build a brand that's young and fun and colorful, and yeah, it started as a passion. So it's something I've always been passionate about design, about creating, and I've always been good at creating my own designs. So it really started as a hobby, and me making designing my own jewelry, and then working with local weavers who I'd give them customized orders to make, but it was just for myself. And then from there, friends started liking it and placing orders, and then it just kind of grew like that. And so after a while, I was like, okay, you know what? I really enjoy doing this, and so then I just decided to go full on into it and turn it into a business. I learned on the job. For starters, I started the business with no prior background in business. I didn't study business, so it was really just like, oh, I love doing this, let me try doing it. And so in the beginning there were a lot of admin issues and a lot of the business sense. I had to kind of learn it on the job. So there was a lot of day-to-day things that I just kind of learned as I went along. I've had the opportunity and the chance to take a lot of different short programs. I've done the Peace Through Business, which is an entrepreneurship program for women in Rwanda. But it's based in the USA. I also did another short entrepreneurship course last year during Global Entrepreneurship Week. That ended with a competition. To 10 entrepreneurs, so you had to give a pitch and something, and I won. Only female, by the way. 9 guys against me, and I won. So Akilah ladies, just. So yeah, and I'm also going for another one, like I said, tomorrow, called African Women Entrepreneurship Program. So I'm always looking out for different courses, trainings to do with business and entrepreneurship and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's really how I've learned. And also the internet has information on everything. So yeah, if you don't know something, just Google it. Actually, through the programs I've done, I've got a number of mentors. There's something called the Grow Movement that gives mentors to different young entrepreneurs usually in developing countries. So I have a mentor from there. the course that I did last year, I also had a mentor from there who is in the States. I have a lot of mentors in Rwanda. A lot of people that I can always call up and say, oh my God, how do I do this? I mean, I have a network of mentors, actually. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. I have a whole network, you know, in all kinds of fields. You know, if it's an accounting problem I have, if it's a marketing problem, if it's a finance problem, if it's anything, I have, you know, phone call away. Yeah, so I think that's another important thing, definitely for entrepreneurs. Always build on networks and on friendships and that kind of thing, you know. And I also try to give back at small NGO that they train girls, you know, just simple skills and stuff. So they always bring them here for talks, like once they finish their program, you know. And I've also got a couple of interns from there just to show them what we do and all that. So yeah, I think, you know, people are always ready to give you advice and to share their knowledge. So I think you definitely have to do the same, you know. So I'm always willing to talk to young people that want to start a business or that have just started. Yeah, I started with a small loan, very small loan, and then the rest was savings and a little money from family. But I started with because I mean I put together what I thought I needed, and it was a lot of money, you know. And I was like, okay, if I really wait to get all this money, I'm never going to actually start. So I just started with what I had. I started small, and then, you know, just kind of kept expanding from there. I think there's definitely opportunities, and especially, I mean, I've been lucky, I guess, because, you know, as a young woman in business, I always get invites for different things, workshops, training, that kind of thing. If there's like some big kind of international conference outside Rwanda, I'll get a call from RDB or something saying, do you want to exhibit? You know, even if you can't afford to go there, we can take your stuff to exhibit. So they actually like try to help businesses in that way, you know. Yeah, so it's there's definitely been some help. Yeah, I get inspiration from really just about anything. My mind works in a way that, you know, anything I look at, I'll be like, oh, those colors would make a nice necklace, you know, or that fabric would make, you know, that kind of thing. So I always have a notebook on me because ideas come at the most random time. And yeah, so I'll basically just write down my idea, and then later I'll, you know, finance it and everything, refine it. And then I work with different groups, like I said. So some do the bidding, some do the weaving. So then I'll see which group is better suited to do the new design, and then we'll work on a few samples. Yeah, so it could take anything from 2 weeks to a month and a half for something for, you know. Then once we get the samples, we'll say, okay, what color range will we have it in? And then, yeah, then we'll place an order, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think we have a very symbiotic working relationship, you know, because it's not like I can sit down and actually weave my own designs myself. It's a lot of hard work. I've seen them doing it, and it's definitely not something that I would be able to do myself. So yeah, we have a very symbiotic working relationship. My business would definitely be nothing without them. You know, I'd have all these brilliant designs but not know how to actually make them. I try to teach them about quality and the importance of quality, and to pay them fairly, you know. Also because they're my own designs, you know, I don't want them to go and sell them somewhere else. So it's definitely my incentive to, you know, to pay them fairly, more than they would get on the market, you know. I mean, it's sometimes I patent them at RDB, but it's really expensive to patent. I'm not going to patent every earring that I come up with. So it's really important to build good working relationship with the groups that I work with. I look for people that are actually interested and open-minded enough to go beyond what they usually do, you know. Because with most of the times when I come up with a design, the first thing they tell me is that's not possible. We won't be able to do that, you know. So I need someone that's going to go past that and say, okay, we'll try, you know. And then after the first sample, they're like, oh, okay, it's actually possible. We just need to change this and this and this, but yeah, it's working, and we'll be able to do it, you know. So yeah, I just look for someone I look for people that are willing to try, willing to go beyond what they know and to think outside the box. I have awesome employees, and you know, they're young and open-minded, and I work with a lot of Akilah girls actually. My evening shift has always been covered by an Akilah student. So, and you know, because I know that they're being taught the right things in the hospitality industry and all that. So for the store, really, what I look for is someone that's welcoming, that's going to actually help a client. You know, Rwanda and the stories of bad customer service. It's yeah. So I really try to, you know, to me it's all about how you treat the customer and help them to be able to actually get something that they want. The day I launched, I had like a big launch and everything, and I invited my friends and my family, and it was really big. I mean, we managed to make our rent in one night, so that was a good start. So yeah, in the beginning it was friends and family, and then friends of friends, friends of friends of friends, and just through word of mouth, that's really how it grew. Funny enough, a lot of my customers are not in the country. So Rwandans in the diaspora and everything, we do a lot of marketing through social media. So Rwandans in the diaspora, if they have someone in the country, they'll always send them to the store, like, oh, get me this and this and this from Inzuki, and then, you know, ship it to me or something, which is why we're really trying to start selling online. In Rwanda, I'd say young professionals, young Rwandans, you know, they've just finished university, been working for 1 year to 8 years or something like that. Yeah, I'd say that's branding is really important. So we really try to, you know, to brand ourselves. So I think in Rwanda, first and foremost, that's what might distinguish us from other people in the business. You know, we do brand a lot of photo shoots and visuals on Facebook and Twitter, you know, the free stuff, the free branding stuff, you know. We don't have to pay millions. And yeah, and also our designs are different, you know. And I'm not saying other designers don't do different stuff, they also do different stuff, but you know, we really try to have different designs. And yeah, you know, we use different materials, and yeah, we just try to keep evolving really. And yeah, I think there's a lot of African designers coming up, definitely. I think, you know, it just depends on what you do and how you do it, and you know, there's always going to be competition. So yeah, we just try to to do our own thing the best way that we can, really. We are always evolving and always changing our designs and everything. It's very dynamic, you know. So yeah, we just try to really just stay ahead of. So by the time they start making the same kind of stuff, we've moved on to something else. But we also, like I said, if a design is really important to us and we don't want it, then we have to patent it. But then we also tend to mix. We try to mix different materials and stuff like that, you know. So you'd have to really go out of your way to copy some of our stuff, you know. Gahaya links were the first in this business. They export to the States and all that, and yeah, they're really big, and they've really done a good job. So yeah, I admire them. In general, there's a lot of Kenya, Ghanaian, Nigerian, and South African designers that are really good, and you know, they've really got their stuff together. And I think those are the 4 countries that I really really look out for inspiration. So, and they have lots of established designers and also upcoming designers that are really doing a good job, you know, and it's all like African inspired local stuff. So yeah, those countries have a lot of inspiration. Well, the pros, it's really easy to set up a business in Rwanda. No. The hype is real. It's really easy. You go to RDB, in 24 hours you have your documents and all that. And also I felt that the time was right for Kigali. If you go to other cities in East Africa, Kenya, Nairobi, Dar es Salaam, Kampala, they all have like, you know, they have like a number of upcoming brands or brands specializing in different aspects of fashion, you know. So, and Rwanda, we didn't really have that kind of thing, or there were just a few that were starting up and everything. So I felt like, you know, the time and the energy was right for Kigali to have something like this. Pricing is not always easy, you know. I mean, after a while, once you build a brand, but in the beginning it's like, oh, but this is locally made stuff, why is it expensive, you know? They just assume that. I'm like, well, I have to pay rent and that kind of thing, you know. Yeah, so that's a challenge, like getting the market to accept that, well, this is something different. But then I think it's the kind of thing that after a while it just starts speaking for itself. So yeah, that's just really a problem in the beginning. And it's some things are really expensive, you know, like if you have to choose, do I want somewhere that's easily accessible, in which case you find somewhere in town and then the rent is like ridiculously high. So I mean, you have to, the things like expenses and all that, but I mean, that's it's part of a growing economy, I guess. I would say moderately profitable, yeah. I'd like to see us grow and expand beyond Rwanda's borders. We're trying to start selling online in North America. That's what we're working on right now. We're also trying to get representation in different countries in the region, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, all over the East African region, and also in Europe as well. Right now we have a distributor that's distributing our stuff in Belgium and France. So yeah, just grow in terms of where we have representation, and also in terms of our product ranges, we want to expand to include more different kinds of materials, different kinds of products, improve and increase on our, expand on our interior decor line, and yeah, just keep growing. Starting a business it's not easy, but a lot of people that I meet, people my age, younger, older, they're like, oh, you know, I really want to start a business, but you know, I'm not ready. I don't have the finances yet, you know, that kind of thing. And I don't think that you can ever be 100% ready. And I don't think you're ever gonna like have the money that you think you need. So I think it's better to just, you know, start planning and say, okay, have some kind of deadline. I gave myself 1 year. I'm like, by the end of this year, I'll have started my business, you know. And then I planned accordingly, saved, and, you know, I need this amount. Okay, I won't be able to get this amount, so I'll remove this and this and this from the list of things that I have to start with. Yeah, so I think it's best to just start small, but, you know, start, and then just take baby steps and grow. Because yeah, I know a lot of people that just keep saying, I'll start, but they never actually get around to it because they're waiting for the right moment, which is really now. I was like, oh, I'll be working for myself. That's gonna be so awesome, you know. I can stay in on a Monday if I want. Never happened. I don't even get weekends most of the time. So it's a lot of hard work, and it's different because it's for yourself. It's, you know, you actually have to do the work, and yeah, it's more difficult than I thought it would be, but also it's really, it's really fulfilling, you know, because whatever hard work you're doing, whatever slaving you're doing, you know, it's for yourself, for your future, and you know you're going to actually bear the fruits of it. Top 3 skills. I'd say you have to have drive, definitely, because it's not easy, and you have to have patience, especially in the beginning when you know a lot of money is going out, but there's not much coming in. Yeah, so definitely a lot of patience, a lot of drive, because it's hard work, definitely, and passion, definitely. You have to like what you're doing. You know, if you're gonna get up to do hard work, it better be something that you're interested in. So yeah, those 3. It's made me very open to learning, because like I said, when I started, I had no background in business, but you know, so I have to be open to learning different ideas, to, you know, and I have to be open to the idea of, not the idea, but the possibility of failure every now and then, you know. So it's taken me out of my comfort zone, you know. It's different from the desk job that I had before, that was every day is the same thing and no surprises or anything like that. So yeah, it's, you know, there's always surprises here, but I'm always ready for them. Yeah, I'm actually more of an ideapreneur than an entrepreneur. Always have these ideas of things I'd like to do. So I think definitely once this has grown and once it can kind of run itself, I'll definitely be, I think I'll be the kind of person that opens a new business every few years or something like that, because I really, yeah, I like being an entrepreneur and doing business, and I think I have some other great ideas, so I'd love to try them out as well. I met Elizabeth when she was just starting it out, so I've always followed the Akilah story, and it's been amazing to see how it's grown and improved. And like I said, I have an evening shift that's always covered. It was covered by an Akilah student when I just started, and so when she left, because I think she went to Dubai for the training, so she left me with another student, and now I'm on my 4th Akilah student. I think it's great. I mean, they actually learn, you know, they actually teach them the right things about being in hospital. You know, they're good with customer service, customer care, that kind of thing, and it's not like starting with someone with no experience, because they've actually been taught, you know, the right kind of thing. Some of them are like first years, so, but then they have the right, they're already in that field, so, you know, they already know that that's what they want to do, so they already have the right mindset, you know. So even if there's stuff that they haven't learned, they have the right mindset that they want to learn, you know, how to do it. Yeah, I think you're doing a pretty good job already. Yeah, and you know, I was really amazed and impressed when I heard that they're starting an entrepreneurship program. I think that's really amazing, and I think that's really needed in Rwanda, you know. So yeah, I think really they've got everything.